word family photos. But by the end of this segment, you're going to know how to take a perfect shot. Here to show you how, photographer Lindsay Anne Delaney. Lindsay, we're so happy you're joining us. You're super busy shooting celebrities, you're shooting fashion designers, you're out there doing amazing travel photos. And so we want to get some tips from you, because in the world of Instagram and Pinterest, we all want to be photographers. We all want to get that good shot. Sometimes we're taking a shot and we don't know why it doesn't look right. So let's talk about the common mistakes we're making when we try and do group shots. What are we doing wrong?
I mean, group shots, people just kind of all get in, and you should basically layer yourself up a little bit. I mean, usually what I say rule of thumb is that you take the tallest person, put them in the middle, and kind of work around them. Put somebody in a chair. You don't be afraid to, like, do some leaning, or like basically look at something or look something up and try to mimic that. Google family photos.
Right.
Google that photographer does really good family photos, and it's like your example.
Yeah.
I mean, for my work, I always pull different inspiration shots, and I have like a mood board. So like, use your internet, it's there.
That's right.
But I really feel like, layering people is really good.
Okay.
And looking into the camera and not up at the phone,
Yes, okay.
Like, people are like, no.
Professional photographers that come in from below. And when you're shooting from below, I don't know if you ever do that, but I feel like you just look really like a monster.
Professional photographer, yes.
Kind of,
Monster-esque.
right? I think a higher angle works a little bit better.
It does. It also makes you,
right?
It's like good. I mean, I wouldn't want to be showing this to people. Like,
you want it from
this.
Up here.
It's just really nice. And maybe even eye level is always good too. And
right.
then eye level, you look into the camera, not into the phone.
Right.
And most people, what they do as well is they don't really take their background. So I really like texture. So, not every time I shoot, I have a huge budget. I do stuff creatively. So I look at an atmosphere, and I look at in the house, and I find the textured wall, or I'll move furniture, that wallpaper, and there's your background. Okay. So you use your surroundings.
Get creative about your backgrounds. Okay, so you put the tall person in the middle, and you treat it sort of like a little bit of a pyramid, like it falls out from there.
Yeah.
Make sure you've got your levels.
Yes.
This is another thing that happens a lot in group photos. Someone's always doing this.
Yes.
Like there's a whole bunch of people and then someone's doing this.
Yeah.
Why do we do like that?
Yeah, right?
How come that happens?
Because,
like, is it just, are we trying to even ourselves out?
I mean, so that happens. Some people get awkward during photos, and they're like the camera all of a sudden, I mean, but like people need to like relax, and you all, that's like the selfies when people are like this.
Yes.
No,
all the way
stand
back.
up, like make sure you're basically like as you were like going to walk into a room,
right?
But they just feel like they're not going to be in the photo.
Yes, so they get down.
Yeah.
So we want to show an example. We used our lovely audience
so
as a little family, because we are a little family.
Yes.
So this is the family shot we took, and this is the one we often take in real life. Somebody's eyes are closed.
The tree.
Somebody's hiding behind the woman in the front. Yeah. What's wrong with the tree, Linz?
The tree at the top of the head, not a good look.
Coming right out the top of the head. So then Lindsay came around and showed us the right way to do this. And this is the good family photo. Oh, look at that. The trees are to the side. Someone's on a chair. You've got levels happening. Everybody's eyes are open.
Hand on the hip's always good too, because it automatically makes you feel like, fancy,
Absolutely.
So it's good. Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've mastered the family photo, you've also mentioned that there's a little bit of a lesson there in terms of where you put people of different age. Where you put different, like, how would you structure that group photo?
So usually, the mother or the grandmother, I would put them in the chair, and then the child would go on the lap if there was a child, and then the family around, because this is the center of the family,
Aww, she said grandma's the center. Can we give some love for that? I love that. She's the matriarch, right? Put her in the middle. Very nice. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about Boomerang, because we have a little bit of time. They go wrong really a lot.
They're so bad.
They're really hard to do. So is there one rule of Boomerang we should be following when we try and do a Boomerang?
So for me, for the holidays, I see my friends trying to do a cheers, and people try to go in. Start backwards.
So you start in and
come
go out. It's always going to work.
Never gonna fail you.
Foolproof. Yeah, I
So
learned that one. So start in,
and
go out. And it looks perfect.
Yeah, every time.
Really good tip. One last thing I want to show you is Snapseed, because we're all about the filters these days, and you don't necessarily want to go to Photoshop. Like,
No.
it's not that serious, people. But it's nice if you can get a nice filter. So I want to show them a picture without Snapseed. This is one of your travel photos.
Yes.
And then take a look at it with using Snapseed. Look at the brightness. Look at the vibrancy. What does this app do? Is it about lighting?
So Snapseed is my go-to for, like, you know, for myself as well. But I find that I'm trying to teach people how to up their game better than Instagram, because Instagram only has certain filters,
things, yeah.
which is great. But sometimes you want a little, you know, I guess, finesse,
zing.
you know?
Yeah.
So Snapseed, basically, it's like your Photoshop for your phone, and it's really easy to use. Most people know about saturation and exposure, but they have multiple types of filters. And, like, I always shoot darker, and then I pop it in Snapseed, get a morning filter, because that's in Cappadocia, Turkey, and then I just, like, crisp it up or contrast it up. And you play with it yourself. Every time it's better.
I downloaded it and I never use it, so I'm going to start using it after that photo. That's incredible. I love the color and the vibrancy. Lindsay, thank you so much for your tips.
Thank you.